Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about a topic where most of you maybe even have more experience than me, or some of you already will have it installed. We're gonna talk about mud flaps. So there are a few different options, obviously, like always. And we're going to start with the most expensive and, in my opinion, also the most beautiful parts. So let's dive right into it and start with the carbon mud flaps. So there are two options. One is matte and the other are matte. I don't know, just not gloss. This one. And then there's also the same option in gloss. I ordered them not in gloss, or I got them not in gloss, just I like this one much more. So these ones are at the front or for the front, and then you have the big ones for the rear. I really do like them because, as you can see, they are looking very nice. They are very nice, right? So just carbon fiber. The problem with this is, another time, welcome to Switzerland, they're not street legal because they have very, very sharp edges, and that is very, very dangerous. I think you could kill people with this. So it's not street legal because, yeah, you could kill people or little children or animals or, I don't know, giraffes. I have no idea, but they're not street legal because of the sharp edges, so I'm not gonna use them. Too bad, but I have a set for the front and the rear, so if anybody is interested, just let me know. They're not street legal in Switzerland, but they fit very nicely. The fronts are really easy to fit because they use existing holes. I'm gonna show you that later. They just use the existing holes. The upper parts or the upper tools are some plastic clips, and the lower one is a 10mm bolt, so very easy to fit. You don't even need a lift for that. You can just turn in the wheels to the left or to the right, and you will need maybe 5 minutes or so to install these very nicely. Very easy made, and they look also very nice. The rears are a little bit more difficult because you need to drill holes, but that's just me. Don't use plastic clips on these, just use some bolts with nuts. So these are a little bit more difficult to fit, and you can place them wherever you like. So it's not just a straight up version where you can put it in one place and be done. No, you need to place them where you like, and so it's a little bit difficult-ish to have them the same left and right. But it's very easy to be done. So they look very nice, very easy to fit, and yeah, you just bolt them directly to the car. Not street legal in Switzerland because dangerous. Then we have some mud flaps, real mud flaps, rally flaps. So let me just take them out. You have two versions. There are, I think, 3 or 4 versions. You can have them in gloss or matte and also different colors. So a lot of options, but they are a little bit harder to install. The fronts are also, as you can see, the bolts nearly align, or the bolt holes do align. So it uses the same holes, the front ones, but you need to have a bracket for it because there's this extra bolt, and if you don't use the bracket, this one's just gonna wobble like a lot. So you need the brackets for this. These are in here. Let me just unpack it. You get 2 different brackets, one for the front. As you can see, they fit to in here, somewhere like this. They fit like this. The fronts and the rears are a little bit more complicated, but these also fit very easy. These are the rears, and as you can see, let me take a step back. They are huge. They are real mud flaps. So if you want to go rallying, these are the ones you want to buy. They are like this. And also you need to drill some holes, but you get a real nice installation manual with it, which is quite extensive. And you get all the necessary fitments or necessary parts like these or these. But same as with the carbon fiber ones, I personally wouldn't use these bolts. They suggest you're using these bolts, or it's just some screws actually, where you screw the bracket to the car and then with these three thingies the mud flap to the bracket. But that's just me. I wouldn't use these. I would use real bolts with nuts on the back of the arch lining, because it's just safer that way. I don't trust stuff like this. So just use some bolts with nuts. And then you can install these. These are really huge on the car. And you can get these, they are called shorties, I think. You can get the same ones, just a lot smaller. And if you don't like to have the really big, heavy rally look, you can buy these just smaller. And these are street legal in Switzerland because not so dangerous. You can't kill anybody with these, or at least you have to try very hard. So yeah, these are street legal in Switzerland, the other ones are not. So I would suggest, if you want to have the rally look, buy these. If you want to have rally-ish look, you can buy these, just the smaller parts. And if you want to have a clean look and also have a little bit the car protected from mud, you can buy the carbon fiber ones. And now just have a look how they are installed, or where you actually install them. The rears you're going to install like this. They are getting on the car like this. You can use this one right here. And I would suggest not just drilling it in, just use maybe some bolts and nuts, not just the screws. They just hold much better. And you can reach behind here very easily, so very easy to install it with nuts. And the carbon fiber, you can install them in two ways, like this, so it doesn't get out very much, or you can just turn them around and then you have much more covering space. But you can install them practically whatever or however you like, however you wanna cover the rears. It's just, if you put them on like this, you cover the most part of the rear, and depends on where you installing them, you can cover much more area. And the fronts are even easier. As you can see here, you have already the bolts. Then you're gonna take this one like this, and you can install them. As you can see, it's some lengthy holes, so you can adjust it a little bit to the inside or more out, depends on what you like. When I installed these, you can see the line where I installed them. I actually cut down here, so I put them behind the wheel arch, so it looked even cleaner. I maybe have a picture I'm gonna show you right now. So that's very easy to install. Then we do have the big ones. as you can see, also with the bolts aligning, and then you need the bracket because the inside part would just be very wobbly. So it's really not that hard to install them. The carbon fiber ones are even much easier, but also the other ones with the instruction manual, it's quite easy to install. So if you want a clean look and not living in Switzerland, or live in Switzerland and just don't care, buy the carbon fiber ones. If you want the full hardcore rally look, the big mud flaps from Rally Flaps, I think there are even other manufacturers, I don't know. And if you want to have the kinda rally-ish look, you can have also the Rally Flaps, the shorties one. They're just a little bit shorter and just a little bit more decent, just a little bit smaller. So yeah, that's basically your options when it comes to mud flaps. I don't use them anymore. I had them when I drove the car on the road in the winter because it makes just a lot of sense. It just protects the side of the car. So then it makes a lot of sense. On the racetrack, on the other hand, it just doesn't really make any sense because it's blocking the air coming out of the wheel arch, and you want to have the wheel arch vented as good as possible. So you want to keep that airflow going, even if that means having the side of the car very dirty or even damaging. You want to keep that airflow going outside or out of the wheelhouse. It just makes a lot of sense, aerodynamically speaking. These are your options, and whatever you decide to do, that's it for this video. I hope you liked the options I gave you, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.